Due to years of sanctions from Western countries, Iran's development has long been under heavy pressure and strict limitations. But recently, Iran put forward a bold new proposal, one that, if carried out successfully, might finally give the country a real chance to break out of this sanction dilemma. In November this year, Afghanistan's Taliban Railway Bureau sent a delegation to Iran, and the two sides held talks on extending the Khawaf-Herat Railway. Originally, this line only connected Iran and Afghanistan, but Iran introduced a much bigger idea. They are considering pushing this railway further east and linking it directly to China through the Wakhan corridor. Right now, Iranian officials have publicly stated that they want to work with the Taliban government to apply for China's approval to open the border and hope to participate in building a railway route that runs through Iran, Afghanistan, and finally China. But here's something worth noting. This is not the first time someone has approached China about developing the Wakhan corridor. For many years, the Taliban repeatedly asked China to start this project, but it never moved forward. So the question becomes, why does Iran want to join this project now? And with Iran stepping in, will China finally agree to develop this corridor? At the same time, the plan faced a major technical challenge. Most Central Asian countries use a 1,520 millimeter gauge railway, while the Iran-Afghanistan railway uses the international 1,435 millimeter gauge, which China also uses. If the line extended into Central Asia, it would require multiple gauge changes. This would greatly complicate transport and increase the difficulty of coordinating interests across countries. As a result, the railway never extended further into Central Asia. Against this backdrop, the Taliban government came up with a new direction. Drop the old five-country corridor and instead push the railway straight through the Wakhan corridor to China. The Wakhan corridor lies between the Pamir Plateau and the Hindu Kush Mountains. It forms the border region shared by China, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Tajikistan. It is also the only place where China and Afghanistan meet. The border here is around 92 kilometers long. About 300 kilometers west lies Afghanistan's Badakhshan region, and around 100 kilometers east is China's Xinjiang region. If Afghanistan wants direct land access to China, the Wakhan corridor is the only possible route. Because of this, Afghanistan has repeatedly asked China to open the Wakhan corridor in recent years. In January this year, Afghanistan even announced that a 50-kilometer section of the Little Pamir Highway had already reached the China-Afghanistan border, showing they had prepared infrastructure for future opening of the corridor. After hearing the new proposal, Iran quickly voiced support, calling for urgent trilateral talks between Iran, Afghanistan, and China. Afghanistan also said it is ready to take necessary measures to promote railway cooperation among the three countries. If Iran and Afghanistan align their positions, a formal joint request to China may come soon afterward. It's clear that both Iran and the Taliban government want a direct land route to China via the Khawaf-Herat Railway. For Iran, this would greatly improve the security and reliability of its oil exports. For Afghanistan, this route could become a vital economic lifeline. The Taliban previously estimated that once the Wakhan corridor opens, Afghanistan's economic growth rate could jump to 50%. If the railway extends all the way to Iran, the economic benefits could be even greater. But the route still faces a major, long-standing challenge. Since the Taliban returned to power, they have asked China many times to open the Wakhan corridor, yet China has always refused. The main reason is regional security risk. First, the natural environment. The Wakhan corridor sits in the Pamir Plateau, with elevation above 4,200 meters. It is an extreme alpine region. For most of the year, excluding a short summer, the mountains are blocked by heavy snow. The border area between China and Afghanistan is almost a no-man's land. The total permanent population of the corridor is under 10,000 people, mostly nomadic herders. On top of that, the harsh landscape makes construction very difficult. Most of the area is dry desert with limited water supplies, and during the rainy season, flash floods occur frequently, posing huge risks to infrastructure. In short, the natural environment alone is a serious challenge for any major development project. But more importantly, safety concerns remain the decisive factor. If China were to build this railway, it would need to open the Wakhan corridor and allow the line to extend toward the border. However, many extremist and separatist groups still operate inside Afghanistan, and the risk of these three evil forces spreading to neighboring regions still exists. Because of this, China has been extremely cautious and has not agreed to open the corridor despite repeated Taliban requests. This is why the Taliban now hopes to use Iran's need for a land route as a way to persuade China, hoping that Iran's involvement might finally change China's position. For now, although China has not responded clearly to Iran's proposal, my view is that China will likely maintain the same cautious stance as before. So, what do you think? Will China open the Wakhan corridor for Iran? To avoid missing future updates and new projects, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We will continue bringing you more informative and engaging content.